World Tour Soccer 2003 would be the next entry in the series and would also be called This is Football 2003 in the European region, and follows a popular lineup of soccer games that originally saw life on the PlayStation 1. And the game itself received generally favourable reviews across the board, considering it to be a massive improvement over the 2002 version of the game that gave access to more teams and officially licensed player attributes and features, with a multitude of different stadiums to play in across the globe with refined graphics and even playable features. And the game itself actually got improved ratings across the board compared to that of the previous entries, stating that the game had improved in many different areas across the board, with the multitude of game modes, the lightness of the characters, and just the overall look and feel of the game, providing a very authentic soccer style experience, although would still lack in comparison compared to various elements, as even though the control systems had been improved drastically, this still would be quite cumbersome, especially when you compare it to Pro Evolution Soccer and the FIFA series. Those two series of games had just managed to really refine all of the elements seen in soccer games to a point that they were pretty much unbeatable at that period. As the 6th generation of consoles, in my own opinion, is considered to be probably the greatest era for soccer games on any console, as there was a lot more franchises to choose from and there was many elements available that could suit a variety of different play styles, and there was just enough games there to suit a whole different selection of fans in general. If you wanted to play FIFA, you could play FIFA. If you wanted to play the PS series, you had a multitude of games there, and then you had this series, or considered the This is Football series, that could appeal to a whole different audience. And this was the only other series apart from the two heavy hitters to see quite a number of releases on a multitude of different consoles during its lifespan, but would later be discontinued later in the console's life cycle. As for many intents, purposes or reasons, a lot of soccer games that have tried to build any sort of a presence have never been able to hit the heights that Pro Evolution and FIFA have managed to achieve over the years, that are still going strong even to this day. The This is Football or the World Tour Soccer franchise is the only franchise, aside from them two heavy hitters, to see any sort of level of success or popularity within the genre itself. So for that reason alone, they are worthwhile playing. Now, these games did improve with each version that came out with each year, and they are a worthwhile experience if you're a fan of soccer games and you want something a little bit different compared to those other soccer games as I've mentioned. These series of soccer games are definitely worth trying out. The one thing they do really well is they get the atmosphere right. It definitely feels like you're playing an authentic game on the TV, because it has some really nice graphics and some nice features and sound effects that really suit the whole aesthetic the game's going for. So for that reason alone, they are worth trying out. But generally, if you're just a fan of the overall series in general, regardless of whether you're playing World Tour Soccer or the This is Football series, they're technically the same games anyway, just a few different tweaks depending on the regions that they're in, but they're all the same regardless. But I would love to know your thoughts on World Tour Soccer 2003 for the PlayStation 2, and if so, what did you think of the game overall back in the day? Are you a fan of these series of games in general? Be sure to share it down in the comments below, and if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated of future videos. And if you would like to see more content around other types of soccer games also seen on the PS2, you can check out the playlist on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.